Welcome to the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Robert. I'm with my co-host, Darren in LA. How you guys doing this week?
Me first this time. All right. I was doing cool this week. It was a light week, light week. Got the sniffles today, but I'm doing cool.
Cool, chill week for the most part. For the most part, some crazy stuff happened, but you know, it's just Columbus at this point.
I was telling him earlier. Speaking of crazy shit,
Mm-hmm.
I was on my way to work on Thursday. 270 to 71 going to players,
Yeah.
like going around that bend right there. So I'm in the far right lane. Going 80, a cool 80 miles an hour, and I see like this semi truck tires like in my lane. So like a responsible driver, look in my rearview mirror and I don't see shit. Turn my signal on. Look in my back mirror and I see this nigga hawking me. But like I said, there are semi truck tires in front of me. So I put my little car in sports mode and get over. I'm doing 80 plus, and my plan is to get back to the right lane before this man has any option of touching me. Because you can't get in the other three fucking lanes in the road. So before I can even turn my signal on, homie decides to get from behind me in the second lane, move to the right lane, and fuck his shit up. I watched it all in my rearview mirror. That nigga started. I was just over there like, let me slow down and get in my lane.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. People are.
Man.
I've seen some wild stuff. People driving, bro. People are some wild drivers, and I just don't even understand it. People be in a rush just to go 5 more feet.
It's 8:14 in the morning. Like, where are you running to? You already
That's
late. You
that's
already
the
late.
crazy thing, bro. I had oh man. I was on my way to work. I wake up early for work.
Mm.
I saw this lady coming. I stopped, man. I just told you, I just saw traffic coming. Somebody was shooting behind me. I'm telling this story terrible, but she just like honked her at 4 in the morning, honked her horn at 4:30 in the morning.
It's too
It
early.
took me everything. I was really about to part, get out, and be like, yo, what's up? Like, it's too early for this. You know it's too early for that. Don't honk your horn.
There got to be somebody bleeding in your passenger seat with 4 bullet holes in them for you to be honking at me at 4 in the morning. There's no reason.
And nah, not the way they were going. They didn't go to the
They
hospital.
used to tell me it's too early and too late for this bullshit. Niggas is not even woke, or you're not going to sleep yet if you work that shift. It's too early and too late.
Another crazy phenomenon I've seen is soccer moms, and soccer moms in the vans, right?
Mhm.
They don't use their blinkers at all.
They got cargo. They don't need to.
That's, bro, they got kids in the car.
They don't care. Hit them.
That's
Try
real
it.
money.
You gonna be on the 6 o'clock news? Try it. Karen
Bro,
gonna get paid.
I've seen the most, right? Like switching 4 lanes back to back, like within like a mile of each other. No blinker. I was like, yo. It got to the point I was in front of her the whole time. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play with my blinkers on both sides to this. You realize, yo, you need to use your blinker. But yeah. Anyway, my week has been cool for the most part. Yeah.
Blinkers are my pet peeve. I hate niggas who don't use blinkers. Like, you too good to do this?
It's the easiest thing.
Your fingers are right here. You literally just have to extend this finger and go like this. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Even if you driving with one hand, you can still pull it off with your like with one finger. Exactly.
That's
It's
it.
not hard at all, man. It's truly
You
not
just
hard.
choose not to do it. You're in a vehicle and nobody knows what your intentions are because we don't have radios in cars. Use your fucking signal, please. That's my
Bro,
only gripe.
if we had radios in cars, we would just be like, you know what? Let me get in the slow lane over here because
I'd
there's
be
no.
like, red Nissan. This is Big Chapo. Over. You a piece of shit driver. Over. Come over and fight me then, bitch. Over. Oh, I can't wait. You gotta say over, don't you? And say over.
You gotta say over here. That's funny.
Yo, mama. Over.
Don't leave, man. That's
I
too
had a good
funny.
time.
Don't leave.
When they do that? When they gonna do that?
That would be the day that we start flying cars. That would be the day.
Flying cars, you gotta start talking shit to everybody on the road.
People are too irresponsible though. I don't understand the need for speed though. I don't get it. I
That's
understand it. Yeah, but speeding is cool. But when you going like,
I don't go over 85 because that's just reckless at that point.
if you going over 95 on
Reckless.
270, you're tripping.
You're about to get yourself killed.
True.
This is about to happen. Now, if you going, I don't know, out somewhere far as fuck, Delaware, where there's like 2 lanes and no one out there, and you want to try it, push it, by all means, go for it.
100%. If you want to hit a 71 north, and that's the thing. People act like we don't live in Ohio. You can go places where it's the country immediately and just take off. Even cops aren't going to pull you over either. They're just going to
They
be
got
like,
the racetrack, Mid Ohio or Midwest Ohio or something like that. You can go there and race as fast as you want on those tracks. You can take your car to the limit. You might fuck it up, but you can do it.
I'll do that. I mean, we all sped before, but responsible. Nobody's on the road. Take off.
I just gotta have enough distance between me and you to fuck up.
Yeah.
What we got, Rob?
How was your week?
This has been the worst week of my life.
Let's talk about it.
Let's break this down.
Let's talk about it.
What's the first thing?
I lost water for like 3 days this week. No water.
Oh.
I couldn't take no showers. I couldn't
Oh.
boil no shit. Thank God I already had some food cooked and the electricity still worked. So I lost water. I stubbed my toe.
Because of the water?
Nah, I just stubbed my toe. I was just
Oh.
I
I thought you was angry about the water. Just like kick some shit.
No, I stubbed my toe just walking like in the dark in the morning. I stubbed my
Y'all
toe
lost
really
power
bad.
too?
No, we didn't lose power. We just lost water. So
He
apparently
forgot.
there's like a leak or something down the street from our house.
Mm.
Like a water leak. So our whole street and the street next to us, nobody had water for like at least 2 to 3 days. I was
That's
so
legal?
confused. I was like, I know I
Like, you
gave
could just-
Jared this money to pay our rent.
Like, is that legal? Like, if you have children and stuff, can you not?
It's
not
not.
have water.
It's not like they turned it off. It was like there was a problem with it. They had to go fix it.
Did they take some money off your rent?
No, we probably should call about that though.
Did they bring like gallons of water to you? Like, you can't not have water. Like, that is, I feel like, illegal.
Nah, so we're lucky. So let me continue with the story. So we're lucky because I this week I bought like 3 big thing gallons of water because they ran out of 24 packs on Amazon.com. So I bought like these 3 gallons of water. I took a shit that morning. Oh dog, I was like, this is gonna be a long day, dog. Because if you don't got water, you can't flush.
Oh.
And I had to take a shit. But my roommate was smart, and he actually just took the water and just poured it into the toilet and used that to flush it. I didn't even think about that shit. I was gonna leave
Like
that shit in there all day.
The top part.
Yeah, he just dumped all the water in, so it just had water to flush with. So it worked. I was like, oh, thank God.
That's wild. I would have had to think about some shit. That's wild.
Oh no, bro! It was like 6:30 in the morning. I was sitting there shitting, and I was just like, "This is gonna be here all day, bro."
Yeah, that's so super that week right there. Do it. Do it right there.
Yo, that's trifling. I couldn't imagine. When I was
That shit
younger,
was nasty.
Oh, man.
when I was younger, I had a friend whose water went out, and that shit happened. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm not sitting here for this.
I'm done. I can't. Y'all crazy, dog. He just said no. I'm done.
I mean, I didn't take the shit. It was they told me that the water was off, and he's like, I can't flush the toilet. I was like, oh, I gotta go. I'm not about to sit here thinking about this shit in your toilet.
And it's hot in here now. I'm good.
15 years later, I'm still thinking about this shit.
That's funny.
They're still thinking about it.
Only those are the only 2 bad things I have. Or 3 bad things.
Nah,
So,
nah.
Yeah, there's more.
LA, what happened?
I don't
What
know what
happened?
man. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. I just dropped the ball, man. I don't know. I woke up on Wednesday morning. I went to go look. It was too late. I don't know what happened. I normally do the shit on Wednesday mornings on the toilet. I don't know what to tell you, man.
for the audience, it's a fantasy.
You gotta give them the background, Rob.
All right, so for just so y'all know, me, Darren, and LA are all in a fantasy group. We're in a dynasty league. So a dynasty league is you can carry over players from year to year. And I found like a little trick in the system where if you make a trade with another team after you drop the player, you could reset that player's contract. But that was a specific rule from last year, that we were quote unquote exploiting. It just backfired because I dropped my player, and LA just didn't pick him up, and I was sick.
I was not paying attention the right way.
I was sick.
This man called me. This man texted me. This man put air signals up in the air, and I didn't fall through. But I'm gonna make it up to you, Rob. I'm telling you, I'm gonna make it up to you.
How you gonna make it up to me?
I can't say it on this podcast, but I'm gonna make it up to you. I got you.
I wouldn't even said how he was about to exploit the plan. I don't even know if everybody put 2 and 2 together yet for that.
Well, I probably didn't explain it correctly because I got to explain the original rule first. So the original waiver wire rule that we had was if you cut a player and you pick up a player off free agency, or you pick them up off the waiver wire, you get their contract reset for 3 years. Because we have 3-year contracts for our players. The only people that don't get 3-year contracts are first-round picks. Everybody else goes back into the draft, and you get 3 keepers. So the original exploit would be to drop a player and pick him back up on waivers, but we decided that's kind of a loophole and not fair. So we said we can't do that. You got to wait a week after that. You got to wait after that player clears waivers to be able to pick him back up again. You got to pick him up back on free agency if you want him, or you can pick him back up later waiver wire in a different week. So my rule still kind of exploits that plan because you're just doing another trade with another, let's say, franchise in our dynasty league. But I thought it was fair just from the standpoint of I'm still paying that franchise to do something for me. They're still getting some type of compensation from it. So I see that. So I look at it. So I thought it was a different rule. It's a different looking way of looking at it. So yeah, that's just crazy.
Completely different.
This nigga DK went for like 24 points. The first time ever this nigga went over 10 points against the Rams. He cooked Jalen Ramsey all night. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was my fault.
I turned the game off in the third quarter.
I was like, damn, Rob's probably hot. I was like, Rob's probably hot right now. I'm so happy I can't receive calls.
Like, you have no idea, bro. I felt bad, bro. I was just in a bad mindset. Okay. I was thinking about this nigga getting injured. Will that make me feel better? I was like, damn, that's fucked up. I can't be wishing DK to be injured.
Put it like this. Well, the karma of it all is you do got Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson got hurt last night.
I got hurt for it. But I got you. I might drop someone for you when you get first to make up for it. Or I'm gonna take care of you because it was my fuck up. I got you.
All right.
125%.
We're in a very competitive league, though. Let's just go ahead and say that.
I'm undefeated, by the way. I gotta put that out there too.
Somehow, so am I, which is wild.
Let me just go ahead and say though, y'all both just lost 2 big pieces to your team until Russ comes back.
Russ coming back next week, boy. Until
Rob pulls off a crazy trade to get somebody that replaces DK.
I'm about to give it to him. I'm about to give it to him with the oop. Is there a rule about trading back people? Like if I give Rob somebody for a week and he give him back?
Perfect. No, there's no rule.
Somebody might veto it after a while, but
like if we started like loaning players to niggas so they can win that week, niggas ain't going for that. That'd be kind of crazy.
Hey, I need him back for this week.
I'd be like, I'll let you borrow him for a 16-round pick. If you need him, I'm already out.
That's some soccer shit. If we start doing loans and shit,
I'm down. I'm ready to try some shit. Say me,
there's at least one other person in our league listening to this, and they
take all this shit out, Rob. Take all this shit out.
Look, and then the Yankees lost. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there for Rob.
Fuck. I forgot the Yankees lost, bro. So the Yankees lost in the wild card game versus the Red Sox. which made me sick as fuck. Because, bro, I promise, bro, we traded for this nigga Giancarlo Stanton like 2 or 3 years ago, like maybe 4 years ago. This nigga hasn't done. He's been playing well. It's just like the Yankees haven't put it together, bro. Then we got robbed for a whole World Series because the Astros fucking cheated. I don't know if you guys follow baseball. A couple years ago, the Astros cheated by stealing signs.
Yeah.
And we basically lost to them in the conference finals.
Didn't they lose the final though? Didn't they lose that?
They did, but we were eliminated. They eliminated us. We were salty.
That's unfortunate.
Also, I saw Venom 2, and that movie was dog shit.
No, I told the kids that shit was hot.
Did you stay for the end credit scene?
No, I don't watch trailers.
Oh my god, hold on, Darren. Did you stay for Darren? Have you seen it yet?
Let me take my headphones out.
Yeah.
Let me take my headphones out.
You saw it? You know what the end credit scene is?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you? You care?
You can tell me. I don't care.
So apparently Venom is now in the MCU.
I don't even know this.
What's the face?
It's
So
like
I don't
official.
say it.
It's
Don't
official.
tell me.
So I don't say it in front of LA.
Bro, I don't think he's gonna be in this upcoming movie. But I'm just saying he's in the MCU
Can
now.
you just explain it?
I'm not going to watch this episode.
You pause. I can't see your sign language.
The universe.
Oh my god, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
You won't just say it.
MCU.
I don't have my headphones in. My headphones are out. You put them back in?
We're done talking about it. Don't talk about the post grade no more. You good. We good.
I don't know why y'all like ruining this shit.
The point.
I mean,
So
it was
it's
in
all-
the Venom movie. It's part of the Venom movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's all good. But anyway,
But the Venom movie was. What didn't you like about the Venom movie, Rob? Because it was a good
So
movie.
all the side characters in that movie, besides that Asian lady, were trash. I didn't. They
Dan was hilarious. What do you mean?
You didn't give a fuck about Dan. You didn't give a
Dan
fuck about
is not the
his whore of a wife.
Whore of a wife. What?
Female Venom was the stupidest shit in the world. Why do we have to do that?
Come on.
Who else was in this movie? That cop was the most random. Was just random. That guy had meant nothing to the story.
He shot the spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. He was integral in the backstory for Carnage.
No, he wasn't.
What do you mean? You know why he was deaf?
Was he in the first movie?
No, he was in the first movie, but neither was Carnage or her.
I don't know.
He was part of their background, bro.
Woody Harrelson was great. Woody Harrelson is always great,
Fantastic. Fantastic.
though. I like Tom Hardy. I thought Venom was cool. He still looked cool as
funny.
shit. But I thought he was too
Down to
joking.
earth.
And I'm gonna use the word my roommate said. He was a little too sassy. The whole fucking movie. It was just like the whole movie. He had like a fucking attitude about him.
He did because he wanted to get out there and fuck shit up, but he couldn't because he's in, this type of relationship with dude. It went against his whole nature and what he was doing. He didn't want no chickens no more, bro. He wanted brains. He wanted to fuck shit up.
I get
But he
it,
couldn't.
but I think this movie and the first Venom movie are just forgettable. Like after a week, I don't think you think about that movie. I think the coolest part of the movie is how they designed Venom. I think that thing looks cool. He looks scary. They made him big and they made him huge. I think he looks cool as shit. Carnage looked cool as shit. But besides that, bro,
when you watched
cool.
the first Venom?
What'd you say?
When did you watch the first Venom last?
I only watched it once. It was probably like
Yeah.
3 or
So
4
that's
months
what
after it came out.
you gotta start watching them again because I watched the first Venom and then literally 10 minutes later.
Bro, that movie hurt my head, bro. That
What?
movie was just. Have you ever heard like a kid that's learning how to play drums for the first time in their parents' garage?
That's
That's what that
what
movie
you're-
felt like.
That's
That's
crazy.
That's what the movie felt like.
That's crazy. I can't believe
It was just a
comparing-
bunch of It's just a bunch of shit just going on. It's just a lot of shit just going on. And just because there's a lot of shit going on doesn't make it cool. And there was like, if they focused on character building, I probably wouldn't have a problem with the movie. But you don't care about any of the characters. It's just like let's watch Venom do cool shit, and I'm okay with that, I guess, because he was doing cool shit.
That's
But
what the movie is.
there's no characters, bro. There's
I'm
no
still
characters.
waiting.
It's Venom. You get Venom. That's it. And they're not. Then is Eddie Brock in the Marvel universe? It's no, right?
Yes,
Owned
he
by
is.
Sony? Is he?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, is it owned by Sony or
Spider
is
Man's
it?
still owned by Sony. They're just like
So
loaning.
then, he's not really in the MCU, right? So
So
like his
I think
his
Sony's going to
whole.
help produce the Spider Man Venom movie.
But what I'm saying though is like his whole backstory, having the cancer and going in the future and all that shit's not. Is that canon or no?
Cancer? Where did cancer come in?
When Eddie Brock has in the comics, does the Eddie Brock not have cancer?
Are we talking about the movie?
I'm talking about the Marvel comic canon and the movie right now. Is it the same or is it a different
It's different.
Eddie Brock?
It's different.
Okay, that is my question.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is their own movie universe.
then I like this. Then if it's not the Venom that we know from comics, then this is a whole different thing. That's fine.
I
like
mean,
it
it's
then.
whoever the writer's interpretation of Venom is. If that's what you're trying to get at. I don't.
But so
They're
like
not
you
like.
know how we have movies of Spider-Man and it's from different comic arcs of Spider-Man, right? Is there a
They
comic strip of this Venom? Is what I'm asking. So like you know how they have
what movie
X-Men
was
Last
based
Stand.
off a comic? They were influenced heavily by maybe by comics, but I don't. They didn't take a comic book story arc and just make it like live action, shot for shot.
So like X-Men Last Stand, for example, is a series of comics from the X-Men franchise, right? That they turn into a movie, correct?
I don't know an X Men Last Stand comic book, honestly.
I'm not saying the name is the same. I'm saying it's coming from a series, like a run of comics, right? Like how they have the Avengers and all that shit. They have comics of the Avengers, right? And then they made the movies Avengers that's loosely based upon those, right?
Yeah, but it's still different. So
Well,
so
that's
to answer your question,
is it
I
the
think
same
so. To
as
answer your
that?
question, there is a comic book called Let There Be Carnage.
Correct.
So is that what you're
It-
asking, or are you
it
asking
is-
is it like the same exact storyline?
That's what I'm saying. Is it based off of the
No,
comic?
they did their own
No?
shit.
Okay.
It's loosely based off of it,
Loosely
but the director or the writers have creative control so they can make things.
So this Eddie Brock is not. It's like the Sony version. It's not like the Marvel Eddie Brock.
I would consider just consider
Yeah, it's
Sony.
a Sony
just
version.
simplify
Yeah,
it.
it's Sony's.
Simplify it.
It's Sony's. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's Sony's version. Yes.
Simplify it. Yeah.
It does not have the cancer though.
Probably not.
Crazy.
What I would say is, Rod, I'm still waiting to hear your reach a screenplay though. You are extremely hard on these movies, man. He said character development needs to be. I don't know, man.
So here's what I'm saying, Darren. I heard Quentin Tarantino, like I've heard Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese both talk about superhero films, which I love to hear them talk about because they're I don't for sake of a better term, they're film nerds. They just really love film and the history.
Okay,
of
so
film.
what did they say?
Hold
What
on,
did they say
hold
about
on. They love the history of film. As me, a superhero fan, I do like movies and film and shit, but not nearly to the extent that they do and that deeply. But as a comic book fan, I really care about these comic book characters. So, point saying, what they said, they literally, I think the quote was, he called it, Scorsese called it, it's like going into an amusement park. He referred to watching Marvel movies, the Avengers movies, as going to an amusement park versus watching a film, which I find very, very interesting. I find that like a very interesting way of looking at it, because it's he's trying to say like there's no solid whole to it. It's just cotton candy. It's just kind of bullshit. It's just for high thrills, real quick. There's nothing that lasts with you. I think that's what he was trying to reference, specifically with the Avengers movies.
You have a problem with that?
When I originally heard it, I was kind of upset by that, but I think I was more upset and in my feelings because of being a superhero fan. But if I step back and look at it with unbiased eyes, I can't disagree with him. And he is right. It's manufactured. Hold on. I look at it like this. I look at like Ford, the car company. It's a formula, and they just keep using the same formula over and over again. For Ford and the car companies, it was like the conveyor belt and having multiple people building the car at one time to build it faster and build more cars. That's what kind of like this Marvel formula is. They can put it on any movie, and it's going to make it.
I gotta make my point. So knowing that going into these movies, and you're going to watch them because you're a fan of comic books and such. Is it fair to judge the side characters in the writing that much, knowing that it's going to be an amusement park?
So yes, I think so. Yes, because I think every film should be judged on an equal playing field, no matter what the genre or what the movie is about.
If you know something is what it is, then you should judge it as what it is.
Man, you already know he don't like Fast and the Furious, and that shit hit. And it's the same movie every time.
I don't mind Fast and Furious. It's just I'm not too excited to go see it anymore.
Well, you want to go hear them talk about family? You tired of it already?
Family.
He said they had me in this theater trying to convince me John Cena was this nigga brother. Hell no, this nigga brother, man. Like, he ain't even look. He don't even look no type of multiracial.
But even I don't know, man.
Bro, I fell asleep in that movie 4 times.
Yeah.
But I was like, this shit is wild.
The last really great Fast and Furious movie was the one that was in Brazil to me. That's the one I was like, yo, this is maybe the LA when they went back
I
to
don't
LA.
remember. They all look the same though.
All right, let's get into the topic.
I forgot we had topics. You cold? Bro, I'm on fire.
I'm warming up now, but I'm not on fire.
No, I don't have no
Nothing
fever.
on fire. All right, I'm ready for topics.
Oh, trust fund babies. Just wanted to. You don't have to play.
I don't even know if we can play it.
I don't know if this is even allowed to be played.
We can't. We can play it on Twitch. We just can't play it on YouTube.
Yeah. I just shout out to my man Lil Wayne dropping some shit that's still hot, still going back to his old ways. Mixtape Weezy baby, but he can drop shit on Apple Music whenever he want now. I appreciate my man still doing this. How many years strong now? I don't know. But he got me through middle school, high school, college, and my adult life. I appreciate you. I salute him. It was his birthday not too long ago. We have the same birthday month. We should have made the podcast that week his birthday picture, but we were slipping. That's my fault. But y'all definitely got to listen to this album, man. If y'all like old school Wayne, where he, I don't want to say old. I don't want to say old school Wayne, but like
Mixtape Wayne.
Mixtape Wayne, where he just rapping, attacking his fucking mic. This is it.
That's the one.
This Wayne, baby. That motherfucker had like 16 bars, no breath, just screaming at you. That type shit. Like he's just moving.
Wayne is different, man. Wayne is just different. Wayne is different. Wayne been different.
And his swag on a new level now, baby. Like he talking about, let's have trust fund, baby. Come on, how you don't got it?
After selling his masters, yeah, you got it. Shoot, man.
Got that cash.
I have a question for
I'm
you.
gonna check it out. Download it. What's up?
I remember when I was a kid, my mom told me this. You always want better for your kids.
Okay.
I heard this thing on Shark Tank one time, where the lady was saying, I forget her name, but it was the female that's always on Shark Tank. She was saying that she doesn't think that her kids are going to be successful in life because they were raised with so much money. And she said she believes that there's a different type of mindset, and if there's a different type of grind in people that like her that grew up without money, that she says that she doesn't know how that can how she can give that, put that, how she can put that in her kids when they were raised with all this money, and they can have like literally whatever they want because she's a billionaire.
Yeah, your mama got $1 billion. You can do whatever you want, baby.
I think it's the same thing you do with the natives. Cut them off at some point.
I mean, are you gonna? I'm not cutting my kids off. If I got it, why did I cut them off?
I mean, it's something. Hey, you gotta pay for your own college or something. You
Why
know,
I've got it? If I have $1 billion, why?
the
Why do you
billion.
need to? Why do you need to work for it? I've got
That's my point though.
it.
So is it
That's
is
true.
that like what does that mean? What do you guys think about? Like, is it wrong? I shouldn't say wrong.
Is it fair or
I don't even want to say fair.
misguided?
Bill Gates is not giving his kids no money when he passed.
But I mean, I don't know if that's even right. Like, you want to, I mean, like, you want to keep your wealth in the family. You want to, your kids to be good. You want your grandkids to be good. Like, you don't want them just being out there doing dumb shit, getting fucked up, right?
But money can bring dumb shit. You can do dumb shit when
I,
you.
I get it. You want them to be street smart and shit, but you also don't want them in the streets. So how they gonna get street smart? Like, it's a catch-21 all over. There's no good answer. You can do it the ghost way. You can go the ghost route.
I do think it's based on the kid though. I think there's certain kids who are just like who want that, and then you can also just put them around your business. Like shit, the Space Jam movie.
Yeah, make them do
He was
shit.
trying to make one of his sons really wanted to do basketball. The other one wanted to do
Yeah,
gaming stuff. So
that's fair.
you could try to force them in like to what you do, but as long as they're doing something, like and they want to be good at it.
I think the best way to do it is to use your means to help them get to the goal. For like example, if you had a child and that child had a passion and what that passion is, help nurture that talent, that skill, that passion, but like, make them also work for it. That way they know how to work for something, but it's something they also enjoy. Like if your kid really like back football,
You're gonna be out
you
there
know,
grinding, but I'm
you
giving you the best recovery. You gonna have the best jug machine in the back to catch all that type of stuff.
you
Yeah, I
you
got
gonna have a trainer and we gonna eat good, but you gonna have to put this work in. Like
yeah, but you gotta do the actual work because if you're not gonna do all the work, all this stuff goes back.
I got receipts, baby. I'm a cheap rich nigga.
Or I donated and get the tax write off. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
there's a lot. Yeah,
I
but
got a high school that won all this.
I mean, do you think that's what entrepreneurs think about? Like the really successful business people, like all this money's gonna go to them, but they're not gonna know how to sustain it for the next generation, next generation, next
I
generation.
mean, those people all have financial and estate planners, so all that shit under lock and key, and you need 5 signatures, and you need this.
That doesn't mean anything. People, when some kids at that privileged level, they feel like they're not only I don't want to say deserve that money, but they feel like they're entitled to that money to a certain
I mean,
extent. So, but my goes back to my point before about you want better for your kids. How much better do you want for your kids? Is there a limit? Is
better than you had, right?
like for example, let's
You're
say
the
you're a
benchmark.
billionaire. Do you what kind of car do you buy your kid?
Not the same car you got. You got to get them better than you. I think whatever do better for your kids is better than what you had. So, like, if your first car was beaters, like, you're going to get them something better than what you had. But at that point, at the $1 billion level, like, I can't even fathom, bro. Like, at that point, money don't mean the same thing to you. Like,
I've,
$1 billion?
so
Cars, right?
I have an example.
Their kid probably had a driver his whole life. He probably don't drive the
Yeah,
I have an example.
like like those princes in Saudi Arabia and shit.
they
Them niggas don't drive.
they want to if they
He
want
got
to.
he had a solid gold Lambo in his dorm room in fucking London that his daddy bought him for his 18th birthday. Like, don't drive, buddy. He don't drive the car, but he bought him a regular Lambo for him to drive.
I would love to be at that birthday party just to be clapping like my man. That is amazing, yo.
Bro, like,
So for
I was
example,
like, is this a cake?
oh,
Shaq.
Rob got something.
So
Yeah.
Shaq, his one of his sons, he asked him. I think it was like a 16th birthday or something. He asked him like, well, what type of car he wanted. I think Shaq said, "Fuck, what am I doing? I could just pull it up. I just have Shaq say it myself. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Shaq on buying.
Why are you pulling that? I think in general you gotta
For
you already got it.
Yep. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
No, you good, you go ahead.
Wait,
Oh, hold on. I gotta get the. There we go.
for Christmas, one of my son got all A's. I was like, man, go pick what you want. So he come back with the Tesla. I said, you better take your ass across the street to the Chargers. You better get you a Charger. I ain't getting no fucking Tesla. Nah, dog. Better get you a Charger, the V6 at that. I get the Hellcat. You don't get the Hellcat.
I don't know. So that just made me think about like kids and like giving money to your kids, and like, do you think your kids it has more success if you're just middle class or lower class or higher class? Does that give your kid more success? Does it hurt your kids to have that much money? Does it matter because you earn the money?
I think it just depends on like what avenue of life they're going in, bro. If they're gonna go, like, let's just use the Shaq example for a case. Like, how much is Shaq worth?
A lot.
500 mil.
A lot.
Yeah, that might.
Because he just did that deal with Papa John's too.
Let's say Fox, he's worth 500 mil, right? What's the Tesla worth? 50,000.
Yeah.
What's the Charger worth? 20, 30K. So he told his son, "Get out of here. You want a $50,000 car? Get out of here." But a $30,000 car is cool. Like that's my point. When you get that kind of money, like shit is, it's just, I feel like it's irrelevant. You don't want to. He probably didn't want to get him a Tesla because that car is not like a, for a 16-year-old, it might be a little more.
You don't need to be taking care of it.
But
I gotta know that you could take care of a car before you get it.
But like even for me, a V6 Charger, that'd be a good car for me. But like he thinks that for him, that's like it's all perspective.
That goes back to what you said earlier.
It's perspective.
He probably had a car before. Like I'm talking about, like Shaq's first car probably wasn't. It was probably an older car, if he even had a car at the age of 18 until he actually got to the NBA. So
he probably think his son. He's like, bro, you can get this. This is what you getting for your first car.
Yeah, you don't need no. Yeah, exactly, man.
And then you see, then you're gonna see, if let's say, knock on wood, his son's very successful in the NBA, makes millions and millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
His kids
probably gonna get a Tesla.
You see what I'm saying?
Because he gonna have that bread, and he gonna want to do better for his kids. He gonna be like, yo, my daddy got me a Hellcat. You gonna get you a Tesla, baby. I'm gonna do you good, man. Like, you want to do good for your kids.
That's not how it works.
I don't know. I think there's just something there.
That's not how it works.
Hey, man.
My
first car was a shit T, and the cars that the kids are getting for their first cars are way better than the first car.
So that leads me to this question, too. So, back to my original point. You want to do better. When is doing better doing worse for your kids?
When you enable them or make them blind to facts of life. I think that's too far. You can't enable your child to just do dumb shit. You can't do that because then you're not helping them in any way, shape, or form. You're spoiling them and ruining.
Okay.
And you can't just make them blind to facts of life. Like, racism exists. I don't care how rich you are. You can still be shot. You got to make sure they know they live. You can't be in no surreal dream space all day. No matter how much money you have, can't protect you from that shit.
It's a real world.
Yeah.
That leads my next question. Is spoiling your kids wrong?
No, I spoil my kids all the time. We get ice cream. We buy shoes. We do dumb shit.
Is that spoiling your kids, or is that just doing nice shit for your kids?
I think that's spoiling.
When I say spoiling, I mean constantly buying extravagant gifts, like legitimately spoiling. Like not only so. For example, it wouldn't be like your son's going out for the basketball team. Instead of buying him a pair of basketball shoes, you buy him the new pair of basketball shoes. That type of shit.
I did buy him the new pair of basketball shoes.
Okay, then I might be just tripping.
Is that spoiling?
Yeah.
You want to have the new LeBron because that's what all the kids friends gonna have.
Then let me ask you like this: when does that become wrong? Because you said enabling your kids and shit, but
I don't see that as enabling. I wanted him to go out in his best to go do the sport that he wants to do.
Yeah.
I didn't think. Is that enabling?
Shit, to me, I would, if I had the bread and it was I had a kid and he came to me and said that I'm getting a hoop out front, I'm getting you a basketball, and I'm getting you some nice shoes. So yeah. I'm a little like I don't know what. When
it comes to sports, I got you, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, so
maybe I'm jaded, but like I'm not about to go buy $3,000 Yeezys hoop and fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. But I'll go get you some $20 LeBron. For game night, you can get those for game night to go with your outfit. I got
Yeah.
you.
So that one parent could be out there like that kid is killing me. That
Yeah,
kid
and look, him right there with the fours.
yeah,
He
and
killing it.
he got a jump shot. I think where it becomes like a bad thing is where the kid isn't working on the jump shot or where you're not
But
dribbling.
not even. But I'm not buying them no Gucci. I'm not buying them. Not. If he got any of that, that's from him, his cash. I'm not buying none of that. I mean, I got him a nice wallet. You
Oh,
know,
so is that
You get
so is that
designer
to
cute.
is that to a point of that's the like is that too far?
in my
The,
mind,
the Gucci
in my mind,
designer
if
clothes.
anything, in my mind, I don't think. First of all, that makes you a mark. When you go to school, somebody see that shit on you, you get robbed. First of all. Second of all, I don't think they're at the point in their lives where they understand the actual value of it and how to take care of it.
Yep.
So, like, if you have designer clothes like Gucci, Prada, and stuff like that, that shit can last 20, 30 years and still look pristine. If you get that for a 16, 15-year-old coming back tomorrow with a hole in it because that nigga tried to smoke a blunt with his friend in his car and dropped it. Like, hell no, I'm buying you a $600 shirt to go ruin that. We can go to the outlet and I get you 50 shirts for $12.
So that leads me to my next point. Let's go back to the Shaq scenario where you're a rich millionaire basketball player, and
That's hard because I got the money.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now that you have the money, is it still spoiling, or is it still over the top?
But that also goes hand in hand, though. That kid's probably going to a charter school where everybody got that shit, and that's the level that he's accustomed to. So
Yeah.
he needs.
But you gotta kids don't understand like at least maybe I should have put that on everybody. I didn't understand the value of school until probably like my junior year of high school. And when I say value of school, I mean like how schools generate money through like taxes and like by the specific section of where you live and shit. I started putting that shit together like that year when I started. It just hit for me. So I don't know. I don't think kids consider the value of school. They see like the other kids in their class with the new Jordans on. They see the other kids they got like a brand new nice 2021 car. That's what they see. You know what I'm saying?
That's what.
But I
they
guess
see.
that's to your point that they don't understand the value of things.
It's just, you know, you see the what's they call it, catching up with the Joneses, keeping up.
But I think the thing is that
Now the
parents, the parents that we grew up with anyway. Dang, I was about to
That's
there,
hot.
there are parents that gave their like. There was one girl who had a BMW, for example, at the age of 16, but she knew the value of that car because she took very good care of that car, like really nice care of that car. So, but then there was somebody else who had like I forgot it was another nice car, but they just like got me like beat up.
Like my girl's best friend's daughter just turned 16 last year, and for her 16th birthday, I got her a little Coach like little satchel thing, like as a little starter purse. And that girl got it on every day. She keep taking care of it. Like, you know, some people were like, "Oh, that's a bit of an extravagant gift," but I mean, as a young woman, you need to, you know, start figuring it out yourself. Not saying that if she didn't want to be girly, that'd be fine. But like, she out here now. She got her little dunks on. You know, like she got her little swag going.
Yeah,
And you gotta start training them.
that's another thing. That's why I was saying like designers for daughters because it's you got to develop a guy's swag, but you also like developing the females like clothing and fashion. Like
Not even that,
that's
but
another.
know how you're supposed to be treated. Like, oh, LA treats me real nice. You know, I want somebody who treats me nice. You know,
Exactly.
like you gotta set role models and shit.
Yeah.
Not saying that's what I do or anything, but
Yeah,
it's a
it
thing.
makes sense.
All right.
But to answer your question, Rob, I think you can spoil your child if you know it's like you just put them in this bubble and feed them money, let them do whatever, but then when they get in the real world they don't know how to function. Like I think that's when it's just bad, regardless of how much money you have.
Like they don't know how to pay bills. They don't know how to
You can't just let them be out here.
taxes. None of that. Like because then that's just you just essentially just gave that kid money and never taught them how to function in society.
Not to go on a tangent, but taxes, bro. I remember I did my taxes for my first time, probably like in like, probably when I don't know when I did my taxes for the first time, probably like when I was like 17 or some shit. Taxes is really relatively easy to do. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine trying to do taxes like in the 80s. I feel like that shit would be like hard. I feel like that was like
Yeah.
a whole second job.
If you have just a W-2, it's real easy. But with all that 1098s, all that shit gets difficult. I
I
just
don't
go to
know.
H&R Block. I go to H&R Block, and there you go.
I can only imagine the person who's like committed tax fraud the whole time and like not doing their taxes the whole time, and then like technology finally caught up with them, and they're
That's
like,
just like
"Oh, we're in the system now, huh?" We're in the
flapping,
real.
flapping the Wesley Flakes.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
What else?
Technology, but yeah.
What else we got?
Okay.
It's already 2:15.
The P Valley, all new cast members for season 2.
Yeah, this is for you, Darren.
Down in the valley where the girls.
So, season 2 has been greenlit. Have you finished season 1?
Nah,
You haven't finished season 1.
I'm like,
Anyway, season 2 coming. Get ready, lock in, get loaded. We're gonna have a good time.
I saw the episode where Mercedes and her mom was in jail.
That's the only episode you saw?
That was the last episode.
Oh, that shit was hot.
Right. I was like, at first, I was like, what is going on? Like, at one point, I was like, what is going on here? Because they all started singing in there and, like, you know, getting the whole spirit. Then Mercedes being the realest, I told you from the first episode, I was like, I like her. I was like,
Mercedes is the truth.
she's the realest. And she was just like, huh? That to me.
Yeah.
I was like, man, after all of that, I was like, this show got me. I'm gonna finish it. I wonder, are they bringing back everybody, all the same characters?
Most of them, and I think they're getting some more new ones.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's a link in there from cheatsheet.com. You can go check it out if you want to read some more about who's there.
I don't. Are they looking for new cast members? I'm gonna be in there.
I'm gonna be on that stage doing my Montero dance.
No, absolutely not. Not
Speaking of Montero,
going.
I found out about Lil Nas X a while ago, but his album dropped on my birthday, and I hadn't had a chance to listen to it. I listened to the whole album, and then I started doing my research on who Lil Nas X was. Dude's real funny for real. Like, I got a couple tweets that I found. It said, "Do you think you can take him?" He's like, "Yeah," and then he responded later, "Oh, he meant funny." I thought that was hilarious to me. My man's a very funny guy. He got hundreds of tweets, not as explicit as these, but he's very out there. He's very open. I think it's refreshing to see a young man do what he thinks is right and not just get bashed for it as people used to, I think.
What he think is right. Okay. I mean, it is funny. I ain't gonna lie.
It was funny to me. Homie he got a good sense of humor.
It is.
I don't know if he was trying to be funny or not, but it was funny.
I hope he was trying to be funny. I hope he was trying to be funny.
But
That's the only way it is funny. I promise you. Was he trying to be funny? I'm just sitting there like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, that was cool. Have you ever been to a fast food restaurant where someone lost their shit? Well, here's a couple of them for you. We can just watch, we can fast forward through some of them. I would strongly suggest you turn the volume off or lower it.
Is that bad?
It's just loud. Letting you know.
I gotta hear it a little bit.
Look at how fast the cars are going through, and then look how long I waited. Okay, you can suck my dick, and then we'll talk later. I paid for food, and I paid for food. I paid for food, yeah?
My dude wanted his McChicken. When is it acceptable to do this, Darren?
I mean, he paid for his food and he's not getting his food. And they're
But
talking
is it
about no, you don't get
acceptable to do
food. She's lucky he didn't go back there and punch her in the face. Like, what does she
Bravo
mean? No,
woman,
you don't
dude.
get food.
Hey, we don't know what happened in part 1, baby. We just saw part 2.
You can't tell me that wouldn't trigger you. You've been standing in line for like
Yeah, it would trigger me.
10
I know
minutes.
for a fact it would trigger.
Hey, I paid for this. Oh, it's not coming.
Oh,
I
you
want nothing else
no,
on
she
the menu.
said you don't get food. I would start breaking shit too. Like, what's up? Let's run it.
Yo, you know what's crazy? What I realized when I watched this the first time, the first thing this nigga went for was the ice cream machine, and that's why the shit will never work.
There's always somebody coming in there.
I always go try to get an ice cream from McDonald's. The machine broke, of course, because niggas like him.
That machine is not broke, bro. They never just want to make the ice cream. It is-
Yeah, but they've got 14 minutes of this shit, and about 60% of them are at McDonald's. So, just so you know, those y'all looking for your first jobs, you better have hands if you work at McDonald's.
They're very fast. I don't get paid enough for it.
The second one in this is my favorite one. Though. I wanted to watch the second one. Yeah, he goes bananas in this bitch.
Dumb fucks. Don't tell me to fucking get me out of here. When I fucking get the food, you stupid fucks.
You're upsetting my daughter. All of them need to get their ass.
He said, "Let me get my bike."
He then fought with police as they tried to arrest him. 2 restaurant employees, 2 police officers, and the
Bro, he's
suspect
giving them the
all
knees.
sustained minor injuries.
Those knees are not
The
effective. I'm just
suspect
saying.
is facing possible charges of assault
same
and
video, the
assaulting
same
a
dude.
police officer
Oh, same
and
dude.
mischief over $5,000. Police are asking
Yeah,
witnesses.
dummy.
That's probably a felony.
You dummy, over $5,000 of damage from a fucking McChicken. You ain't want your dollar back, but you want to cost $5,000 in damage?
Come forward.
She said you don't get food. She should get socked in her face. That's poor. That's honestly, that's really on McDonald's more than anybody.
I mean, he could have called the cops and claimed discrimination. He got other options besides causing damage. There are many other options, my guy.
That is true.
not when
But
you
the
go to
second one,
McChicken.
they got this lady that I was like, yo, is she right or wrong?
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
This is the one that I wanted to. Mind you, she behind the counter.
Oh, if you behind the counter, we working. That's all for it. You don't come behind the counter. You gotta throw hands.
Took her mask off.
He stopped it on the money side.
She looked good though. She got her glasses on. She got a little bag.
Oh yeah, she got it right. She came after church. He back there like, what could I do?
I would beat her ass. She should,
assaulted her. She can put you in jail. She's got you on Billy assaulted her. You hit me and her. I don't give a fuck. You can go to prison. Okay, then I'll go. Assault and battery. Then I'll go to prison. Do not touch her again. Honey, don't touch my boss again.
All right, this ain't.
She got that. Pause it. First of all, she got these Chanel glasses and that flag out her purse. Look at that bitch.
She ain't come from church.
She
She ain't come from church.
got that flag on her
Are you
right
sure
there,
there?
baby.
Oh my goodness.
Huh?
She ain't come from church.
oh, she got a flag on her.
You want to see that flag in her bag, baby?
All right. Like I said,
playing
she
football.
looked good. She got her bag on. She
Her
got a nice
glasses
little dress
right.
on.
Her earrings.
She got her glasses. She ain't banging too. Hey, bro,
Fresh-
never mind. You,
fresh play.
I would have had 10 McChickens ready already. As soon as I saw that flag.
Press play. They get better. Press play.
Oh, she banging.
Oh, she hot. When you just mad to be mad.
Is she about to get her drink? She trying to figure what she got to drink. She's so upset she don't know what she want to drink.
I
She
gotta
went
say,
behind.
that's
Hold on, talk about Darren. She went behind the plexiglass thing.
man. I
Is
gotta
that petty
say,
or not?
whoever it is filming her is a brave person. Like for real. Whoever is filming her is a brave person
It wouldn't be me.
because she is. He did. She is. Tit. Could you imagine being the one filming her?
What you mean?
Filming her while all of this is happening?
Hey, just having a good time.
I'll be a brave soul at that point. Man, go ahead, hit play.
Ain't she taking all the ice?
She don't care about no time.
Man,
Not supposed to be using the machine.
Ooh, she said, no, I don't want that. I want this.
with no mask on, people are crazy. This pandemic is not made for humans.
He said, try me.
Darren, once again, bro, we Americans, bro. We don't like being told what to do.
I get that and everything.
He
Right,
wants
bro,
to drink.
force what to do? Oh,
Oh, all of that?
I don't know what she wanted, but she wanted it.
oh, she got whooped.
But don't tell me you lost the fight after all of that. How did she never lose her purse or her flag in this whole process?
Black people don't put their purse down, dude.
Who was wrong in this situation? Because I don't even know why she was mad.
It was her.
Oh, she hot.
She got the ice to go fight her.
She got the ice and the drink just to go fight her.
She had her card out too.
She asked me 9 times, like, I was being cool and everything. I went ahead, I'm like, that's my order, yes. I put 9 times of something.
There's a whole bunch of these though, but that second one, I was like, yo.
Respect somebody and you're on the clock. Last time I checked, that's fucking rude as shit. Like, I don't know how it is nowadays. You're a manager. I'm not trying to tell nobody what the fuck to do. But last time I checked, if you're sitting right the fuck in front of somebody and they just paid you money for a fucking meal, like, come on, man, you ain't supposed to talk shit about the motherfucker. At least wait till I get outside. That's some balls.
That's a real ass nigga right there. That's a real ass nigga right there. You know what that is?
At least wait till I
Hey,
get outside.
I like niggas like him. I like niggas like him. You know why I like niggas like him? Because they real as fuck. All right. I know you don't like your job. I know your job sucks. I know they don't pay you enough. I know you don't want to do your job. Give me my food and talk shit about me after I leave. Oh my god, that nigga's preaching to the choir.
If you gonna talk shit about me while I'm there, the problem is that I'm hearing it and I'm going to say something, and you're not going. It's not going. Your job is not going to protect you just because you at work.
When do you clock out?
Exactly.
I'll be back.
You should be getting off clothes because it's
Right. It is too.
8 o'clock. Close at 10.
You carry the 3. Okay, I'll be back at 11.
I'm gonna eat this in the parking lot.
Matter of fact, let me get 2 more. I'm gonna be real hungry when I'm done waxing your ass.
I just got.
That's wild, but like, is any point in time where you fight with fast food employees justified? Like, they just doing their job, bro. Like, at no point.
If they put cheese on your sandwich and you ask for no cheese, whoop they ass.
That's not. Somebody talking about you is not doing their job.
I guess.
I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. Somebody talking about you is not doing their job.
Yeah, shit. If I were to do that back in the day, I would have lost my fucking job. If I do that now at my job, I lose my fucking job. I lose my fucking kid. But no, what the fuck am I? Now, go ahead, put me on Facebook, put me on IG, put me on YouTube.
My nigga, he turns right to the camera too. He's like, I know what it is.
My name's Adam Moinetto, and by the way, I don't give a fuck.
My nigga, we ended on that. Thank y'all for watching episode 40 of the Let's Make Noise this is the wrong podcast. Thank you for watching episode 40 of the Purple Pill podcast. My boy Adam don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck either. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
My man.